Oh, you're going to have to share it.
Oh, you're not on Facebook?
No.
You haven't logged in yet, have you?
No. Can you put in the Creative Family group and the Creative Hub group, please?
Yeah, I got this. Just give me
Hello, everybody. Hello, Kelly. How are you? I can't go and share it. I haven't been in Facebook. So we don't want the drama of me having to go and get a code and all that crap. Because I'm recording through my phone and why is there paint on that?
It's a great question. I have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, right. Yep.
See how I immediately jumped to that I haven't done it.
Yep. Okay. We're going to make a 9 1/4 by 7 1/4 mini book. We're going to make an album, mini album. We're going to make the album foundation tonight. We're actually going to do it as 7 1/4 by 9 1/4, and we're going to use Mediterranean vibes. So I've got a paper pack. I've got 10 sheets of white cardstock, and I've got my mini book cover. And I've only got Kelly so far. I'm a little concerned.
It's all good. I've been sharing it. We're going to get people in a minute.
Hello, Kelly. Hello, Carol. There you go. Two of my my face-to-face mini album class members. They're the yep. These guys have done one. Not this one. This one's different. Oh, what was that sound? Okay. Hello, Karen and Trish. Hello, Di. Morning tea is done. Okay, see you tomorrow, Di. Hello, Joanne. This is Naomi John signing on to Scribe. I love the mini albums, says Kelly. So do I. So, I'm going to use Mediterranean vibes and this book. Let's open the book up. So, when you buy a mini book from us, if it's a square, it's got one spine. If it's a rectangle, it's got two. So, we could make it this way, or we could make it this way, which is how we're going to make it. So, I'm going to put this one aside. I've got a pile of these. I use it for constructing stuff. Sometimes Amelia steals them to construct stuff. You know. Box art. Yeah, making things. Also use them when I'm experimenting with the idea of a new product. Okay. So. Those bags going to go back to work. Rightio. So we've got that. I think I know what we'll use that, maybe. What are we going to put on the cover? Thinking I'm going to print photos from our trip to the South Pacific. That's a bit busy. It's not too busy, actually. What I'll do... I want something bright. We reckon that. What do we think of this? Oh, simple. I actually think that. Okay. So we've got our two covers. So these are 7 1/4 across. I'm going to talk while I put tape on because I've got to add tape. I've got some 36mm tape. I do like things to be quick and efficient. So it's 7 1/4 inches across by 9 1/4 inches high. So we are going to cover the covers separately, and then we're going to do a spine cover. And I'm going to put that water paper on the spine. I haven't printed my photos. I think we might do 3 nights. So tonight we're making what I call the foundation. So this is the foundation of the album. This is our covers covered. This is our spine covered. This is it put together. This is the spine binding or gusset or, you know, whatever you want to call it. But this is the bit that holds the pages in the middle. And it's the pages. It's the base of the pages. So there we go. We've got those done. Sit that there. I'm going to get a bone folder. Hello, Karen and Paula. Hello, Mary. I love this paper collection. Hello, Jenny. I do too, Trish. Mediterranean Vibes has got so much. On Monday, oh yeah, I'm at work on Monday, I think. Oh, I don't know. I've got next week's huge. Next week's just a huge week. We start a bit of a program with some grade 3s for their science, and then yes, art and science, and then it's only a 2-week thing, and then I've got judging duty, and then at a show, Amelia's got school photos. It's a big week next week. It's just huge. Okay, so I think I want the lines going across in my circles. I don't know why. So I've got the 2 together. So we need, so we're going across 7 1/4. So I need 8 1/4. By 11 1/4. But yes, Monday, everything going to plan. We have a lot of new stuff to release, and that includes a kit. So for our spine, we need a piece that is 2, 4 1/2 by 11 1/4. How am I going to cut this? So I'm going to come in the 11 1/4. So 4 1/2 is there. It's always this green area that I'm going to cut to. So let's 11 1/4 by, and don't look at the back, by 4 1/2. Got to come in the other way. Okay. This should get us started. But we have lots of things coming out next week. But before that, we also are finishing next week with a stock tape. Rightio. So I've got glue. I've got white glue. I've got my tape on and it's burnished. And I've got my spots going up and down. So I'm going to remove my tape from one side. We are straight into this. It's like, I don't know if 3 videos is enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to line up with one edge flush. We need glue. Hello, Robin. If you're in Gladstone tomorrow, it is Super Saturday. 9 till 4 at the store. Rightio. So I wanted an inch from the edges, from the ends. Inch from each end and flush with the edge here. Hello, Astrid, Cheryl, and Cheryl, sorry. Astrid and Cheryl. Let's give it a bit of a massage. I thought this lino stuff would be really good as a backdrop, that it'd be easy to clean. Yeah, no, I thought, don't you? Okay, let's put that one aside.
So easy to clean.
Not so easy to clean. And then we're going to do the same here. Going to butt up against the same edge, the other one. So we are stock taking. Oh, look, there's a bit of fluff in there. Let's get that out. We are stock taking, so that means that we need to lighten the load. So this weekend, so it's technically only Saturday and Sunday, but we've started it early because I'm not getting up at midnight. Nope. No. I am not getting up at midnight. So we have a 30% off stock take sale. Now, if you're on our insiders list, you got an email about it today. I will put up on the website over the weekend a link to join the insiders list if you would like to join that. So our insiders find out about things early, like product releases and all sorts of stuff. So I think our Creative Hub members actually got the email as well, to be honest. I think I did that too in the end.
I'm just putting a link into the sale. They'll be able to see their discounts when they go to their shopping cart.
So there's no code. I don't like codes. There's no code, but you have to use that link because that link has the things that are in it, because it does not include Mediterranean Vibes. It does not include other brands other than Scrapbook Fantasies. It does not include Peach Whimsy. Does not include tools or adhesives. You cannot buy a design board for 30% off. I am very, very sorry. My name is Elisa, not Santa Claus. So, that being said, you do have access to thousands and thousands and thousands of items. So they're opposite. I should have known that, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's put them aside. Let's get our piece that we cut. Where is it? There it is. And we're going to have the light at the top or the dark at the top. Dark at the top. Because that is the top. Okay. Then we've got our spine piece. Hello, Diana. How are you? No, the girls don't want to count paper. I don't even know if they're here for it.
I think I'm here for one day of it. But I still don't want to count paper. So.
We're a pretty efficient team. We're pretty good at the old stock take as a family. Quentin and I can stock take the whole store on our own, actually, but we do want to just alleviate some of the counting.
And I restocked everything.
And what better time to have a sale than, you know, when we've got a stock take. We don't have to stock take. We have the kind of system that we we have a system that means that we can do it every 18 months, but we do it every year. Sometimes we do it twice a year. We do need to stock take that because we've had some issues just lately. Okay, so that's sat on there now. We're going to sit that aside and come back to these. Righty-o. So I'm going to get my design board. That's a bit of a workhorse. And this is a mini book tool set, and I've got a craft knife here. Okay. So we're going to put it on the corner and we're going to cut. So this gives you your really nice, lovely miters. And it's just so easy. This gets rid of the yucky corner business that I used to not like with making mini books. This is only available from us. This is, you know, our exclusive design. This is my design. There we go. You will see copies, but this is the one. Oh, I don't know what you call them. I'm sort of torn. I think it's a mini album. It's going to be full of photos. It's an album, but it's gonna have waterfalls in it. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Yeah. If anyone watched our socials, they know that.
Oh, do they?
Well, no. Did you not see the reel?
No.
Oh, 1 second.
Right. So we're going to remove this tape from around here. So before we stick this to the spine, we are going to put this together. Glue. Now, I used to go along and score in here, but all it does is damages the paper. So folding this up, we are making a kit for this class, but it will be for the whole thing. Like I reckon we're going to do 3 videos. I think we're going to do 3 videos.
Yeah.
I think we have to. So maybe tomorrow I need to order my photos. Order some photos.
Ready?
Oh, okay.
We spoke about this morning.
Okay, I've seen it now. Hello, Debbie. How are you?
I've seen it now.
I've seen it now. So now what we're going to do, this is a bit of a secret ingredient. We're going to come across and we're going to sort of pull this in a little. So we're coming across and I'm pushing this time. We're pushing it in. So what happens is this comes in on an angle. See? It's just a slight angle so that when it's folded over, you can't see this little piece here from the front. So I put a tiny bit of glue there and there, and then I put heaps of glue on here. Oh, this is not clean. It's got glue on it. Got to make sure this has not got glue on it. Right, there we go. And you can't do that with other papers. Rightio. Okay. that there. Put that aside. Oh, let's not cast a shadow. Other page. Oh, Amelia Rand's got a high school interview tomorrow too. I don't think they're going to say no. Thought she'd broken a finger actually this week, but she didn't. She's just got bruising on it. Yep. I didn't go to piano lesson for that discussion about modified piano playing because of our sore finger.
Let's just say I don't think I'm living it down.
Well, there you go. I was busy.
We'll discuss how busy later.
It was. I was working on this album.
Yep.
I was trying to decide what I was going to do. I was narrowing down the different things I was going to put in this book so I didn't overcomplicate it. You know, like you've got to be able to teach it
Like the
in
waterfall
3
reel.
classes. What's that?
Like the waterfall reel. Not overcomplicated.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but that waterfall reel was probably my last bit of dignity.
Okay. So there we go. Hello, Debbie.
So you guys too?
Hello, Jacqueline. Hello, Heather. On a Saturday, a interview. That's weird. No, they do all the interviews on Saturdays for high school.
We've already done our tour.
We've already done a tour. We've done this interview 3 times before.
Oh, good. Oh, you know how to answer the questions.
We've already done this interview before.
I can't remember.
It's always a Saturday. But sometimes it's in July. Oh, no, it's always in June.
I remember Noah's interview.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're putting this here like this, right? We've got our little spacer tools, and you put the spacer tool in so you can see the writing. If you can't see the writing, it's not the right width. So you put it in so you can see the writing, and we're going to put it in, and I've got the ruler down the bottom so it lines up nicely. Okay, that looks good. So let's get some tape. Now, a lot of times what I do is I go too far with the tape. I'm only going from top to bottom. I'm not going all the way to the ends this time. Because when I do that, I sort of end up with getting my ruler stuck. In the next step, I get the rule, one of the next steps, I get the ruler stuck in the tape. Let's get rid of the manky board. It's not manky. It's well used. So we've got our sticky things, our spacers.
Got 10 of these.
Chuck it in the bin.
Leaving out some of my only 60% plastic shirts because the 99% plastic one's cold.
So now we're going to add glue here. Right? We're going to put some glue sort of close.
This one.
And then what we're going to do, we're just going to pull some glue across to the edge. Right? And then I'm going to add a bit more. So I'm holding the ruler and this. Right. See, I still stuck my ruler. Okay, so now what we're going to do, just going to pull some glue across to the edge. So we don't want dollopy bits on the edge, but we want it to stick nice. I don't always do this. Okay.
Oh no, that was not home yet. That was Dad.
What's the matter? Oh, Noah is home. His son feels like family. No, all is well with you. Oh no, Noah's not home yet.
That was Dad in the background.
No, that was Quentin in the background. No, Noah's not here yet. He still hasn't decided when he's coming home.
I think the X is probably going to be now.
There you go. The boys sound like their father. The boys sound the same. Okay, let's take our sticky things out. Take our ruler off. Clean the glue off it. And back to the go. I'm going to carefully flip it so I don't move anything. Bit of a wild colour scheme. And they're not lined up because I should have done one on the yellow side and one on the fussy cut side. Okay. So now, actually, I'm going to flip back. Just going to make sure there's no glue on here. Well, no wet glue. Let's just remove those. Bye. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Have fun.
Always fun. Wow.
Fold this up. So, if you're in the Mackay area or north, we are in Mackay in July, and I am teaching. Not that. Something else. I am teaching the 8x8 book in Mackay. The one I taught in Harvey Bay. I am teaching that in Mackay, and I'm also, that's on the Friday. And then on the Saturday, I am doing 2 pages. So that's in July, the 10th and 11th of July. The classes are not up for booking yet. They will go up soon. Okay. So, at this point in time, it doesn't matter which is front and which is back, right? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter. Because it's all the same. Can't believe I put the circles the wrong way. It's not going to bug me. Okay. So now for our centre spine, we need a piece that's 4.5 inches wide. by 9 inches. So let's go 9 inches by 4.5. Yeah, why not? Just put 3 ones. Why not?
It's late this year.
It won't be for a while because of the cabaret. That's at the venue we go to. They're deep in rehearsals where we do our pop-up shop. So okay. We will get back there. That's for definite. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to line this up with our spine piece and we're going to make it even top and bottom. So I'm just going to do that. So now this is the secret. I'm just going to wipe this glue away here. This glue here. I'm going to bend, burnish, bend, burnish. I don't, because that just breaks the paper. If you just put score lines down through there, that is not bad juju. Just, yeah, it doesn't work very well. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to bend. And this means that what we're doing is we're stretching the paper and we're letting the paper know where it needs to be for this hinge to work really well. Because this is technically the hinge of the book, these 2 pieces of water paper. There we go. What's the matter? Oh, yeah. Next. When you get 40-degree days. Trish, there you go. When you get 40-degree days. And you will get little buckly bits. But you know what? We're bending around the corner. And it's looking pretty cool. And look at that. Very nice. Right, do we want that to be up? I think we want the dark bit at the top. We're going to ignore the fact that my spots don't match. So when we did the spots, so remember I lined the edge up against the yellow part on one? Well, the other one you've got to line up against the fussy cut side. Yes, the fussy cut edge. Okay, so the next logical thing that you would think is we're going to cover these. We're actually not going to cover those yet. We're actually going to come and do those later, but we're going to cut them now. So what are we going to cut them out of? We need 2 pieces. Green? I think green. Green. Definitely green. Okay. So paper 2, we're going to cut these pieces. We're going to cut 2 and they're going to be 9 by 7. But we're going to cut the 7 first because that gives us the biggest scrap. So we're going to do 7 inches. I don't know what my phone keeps beeping about. 7 by 9. 7 by 9. And they're going to be these pieces in here, right? But what we're going to do is, that is correct, isn't it? It is correct. We're going to put them aside. So we're going to sit them over in there. Yep. We're going to put them aside. And then we're going to get a piece of white. I'm going to do a couple of pieces of white. So I'm going to do this different. It's not going to have as many pages, but it's going to have more on the pages. Does that make sense? So let's put the lid on the glue and get rid of the glue. And we're going to cut and score some pages. We're technically only going to have 3 pages. Not the normal 5 I usually do. We're just going to have 3, okay? So we're going to cut the first piece, and our spine binding or gusset, or, you know, the bit that holds the pages in, you know, that bit, it's actually, I promise to cook a roast. Yep, not a problem, some guaranteed. Make it look so easy. Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah. As long as you cook a roast, Trish. We're actually going to do the pages and the spine holdy bit together. Yeah. So we need a piece that, we actually need 2 of these. We're going to cut 2 pieces that are 8 3/4 by 12. Make sure they're 12. We're going to do 1 and 2. And I'm going to move that out of the way. So we're going to collect our scraps here. So 8 3/4 by 12. Right. So each of these we're going to treat exactly the same. So we're going to score them at, so when you buy the kit, you'll get a set of like cutting instructions, not instructions. It will just be the pieces to cut and where to score each piece that you cut. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll say you need 2 pieces that are 8 3/4 by 12, and you're going to score them at 2 inches, come across a 1/4, come across an 1/8, come across another 1/8, come across a 1/2 inch, is that correct? Yes. Then we're going to score at, and we're going to come across 6 3/4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3/4. So I'm not giving you the measurements to score at. I'm telling you how far to come. So we're scoring, we're going 2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/8, half, and then 6 3/4. So let's do the other one. Exactly the same. 2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/8, a half, and come across a 6 3/4. So we're gonna fold all of these. So they're all going to get folded. I'm just gonna fold them all back, and then I'll fold them where they need to go after that. But what I need to do is I need to get them all folded first. Come on, fold. So we no longer have an electric door at the shop. It's now a manual door. Quentin finally finished retrofitting it today. So there's no more glitchiness. There's no more play-ups. There's no more problems with sensors. And there's no more paying a $700 call-out fee to get someone to come and look at it, which I've been refusing to pay. So okay. Okay. I need these to have flexibility in them. Okay. I need them to work because these are a hinge. So these little score parts all become a working hinge. Right. So this is a flat part we're going to stick. We're going to stick this 2-inch piece. We're going to stick this 1/2-inch piece, but we're going to make a pocket out of this 2 1/4 at the end. So this is going to be our front, right? Actually, I don't know if we're going to stick that half. Let's be brutal. And then let's do the same here. Oops. Should I tell them what the collection's called we're going to do on our cruise in February?
Well, you could.
Should I?
A few spots now.
So our collection we're doing for February, for our cruise in February, we have the well, it's not finished being designed, but it's, you know, it's almost there. It's almost locked. Well, it's locked in. It's called Coastal Paradise, and it's got a real Queensland feel. Like, it's actually very Queensland. So, yeah.
Let me just get you.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
I'm here to say goodnight.
Nothing on the banner. Well, actually, the hibiscus are really the hibiscus. You'll see not those exact hibiscus and frangipanis, but you'll see some.
If I click on the image of the cruise, it takes them to the
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. I'm talking about the banner on the bottom of our website too. That's got the hibiscus on it. Not the one at the site you go to book. The booking site's not ours. Right. Right.
Pretty confusing.
No, it's not.
Good night. Hello, goodbye.
You know you start before you get there. Ah, I love you. See you in the morning.
And I forgot the yellow movement, so.
Yep. So we've got these two like this, right? And these are going to be pockets. So these are going to be pockets. And these are, this 2-inch piece is a security blanket. Yeah. So we're actually going to build the centerpiece before we put it in. Okay. The next thing we need to cut is a piece of white cardstock. And we need to cut to... Hello, Deborah. Everyone's saying night, Mealy. Actually, we need to cut it exactly the same. 8 3/4 by 12. To be honest. The next one's going to be the same size as well, just so you know. I don't know why. Make sure it's 12. Who knows? So this one, we're going to score it at... Oh, there it is. We're going to score it at 1 inch. Half an inch. You're going to come across 6 3/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half plus a quarter makes 6 3/4. And then we're going to come across a quarter. Now that 1/4 inch is just a bit of easing. It's just to help us have a bit of space.
You know how we had Amelia's door open for 5 minutes while she was doing her tea, or probably over 20?
She's in there.
She was lying on top of the donut, so it will be good.
Yep. Kick her out. So this one's going to go here. And that one goes there. We need another page in here because we need another little bridge there. So the next one's going to be, guess what? It's going to be, I can't wait to do this album. I can't wait to see what you do with it, Diana. The next one is going to be 8 3/4 by 12. You know, last weekend when I said at retreat, actually, a lot of you weren't at retreat, at virtual retreat on the weekend, but when I said at virtual retreat on the weekend, oh, I should do an album on the weekend, next weekend, a mini album. You know, I have been working out measurements in my head ever since. Going through different album size scenarios. I don't think I've slept all week. So we're going to start the same. We're going to score at 1 inch and then we're going to come across 1/2 inch. I don't even know if this is going to work Then we're going to come across 3/4 of an inch. So 1, 2, 3/4 of an inch. Right, and then we're going to come across 6 inches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches. And then that's it. Rightio. So this one goes, oh, that goes the other way. I think. I drew a mud map. Right. This one is meant to do that. It's actually meant to do that. Trust me. It goes like that. Right. Let's build. I think. Let's keep the scoreboard. Okay. Nope. So this is one of our first two, right? So the 2-inch piece, we're going to put tape almost, like we're going to stop like 1/16, like 1/2 of an eighth short of the fold, the first fold, right? Right. Then this, so we're going to have that there. We've got tape on the back. I'm going to try and show you everything I do. Then what we're going to do, we're going to have this plain here. But this, we're going to make into a pocket. And I'm going to make that pocket with chippy strips because it needs body. So we're going to have the tape on the back of the 2-inch piece. Then this bit up here is plain. And then the pockets on the inside, like on the back. So page 1, page 2 kind of thing. So we're going to do our pocket. We're going to do them as we go so that we know where we're at. You know what? When you construct it, it doesn't turn out exactly the same. It's okay. As long as you don't glue your book shut, that's all that matters. As long as it can be opened, it's okay. So just have your chippy strip just a tiny bit from the edge and not too close down to the fold. Because we don't, otherwise it won't shut well. Like it won't fold over real well. So the chippy strip gives us the ability to put something in the pocket, but the pocket to have a purpose. It also helps to stick that pocket really strong. Trying not to burnish the shape of the chippy strip in. So that's 1. Stay there. So 2, no, is the one with the 1/4 of an inch up in the top. So this 1/4 inch fold up here, that's 2. So this 1-inch piece here, on the back of it, we're going to put some tape. And we're going to go like up to the fold, but not over the fold. Like just short of the fold, I should say. And then this 1/2 an inch bit in here, I'm going to put tape, but I'm not going to go over the folds or over the mounds that are the folds. I'm going to go up to and just short. Right. So So this 1 inch piece is going to stick to here. So it's going to stick here. So this is the 2 inch bit with tape on it. And then that's our pocket we made. So we're going to stick the 1 inch piece there. Okay. I hope I'm explaining this well enough. So when you get your kit, you will have to watch the video a few times. You will have like a printout of the cutting instructions. I'm actually, so it's not actually instructions. It's just like a cutting guide, what to cut. I'm actually contemplating. I've had a few people ask for them digitally, so I'm contemplating doing that. Okay, so the 1 inch piece gets stuck here on the piece with the pocket, right? So I fold them both, put them up against each other. So they're lined up at the top, lined up there. Beautiful. There we go. But it's on the 23rd of June, Denise and I are heading to Darwin to do the Garn to Adelaide. Oh, you will have plenty of photos. That's exciting. That's super exciting. So the next piece is the piece that had the 1 inch, the 1/2 inch, the 3/4 inch. And we are sticking it a little different. Okay. So each of these 3 sections needs to be taped, right? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the 3/4 inch section first, and we're going to stick it where it goes. Then we're going to take the 1 inch section and stick it where it goes, and then we'll be all good to go. Because I think it's going to get too confusing if I take the 3 and then try and describe it. So we're taping the 3/4 inch section. And it is going to stick onto the page we just added, the one with the 1/4 inch bit. It's going to stick on the bottom like that. Because what it actually produces, so when it sticks on here like this, it makes this piece flip this way. So we'll have a piece in our book and it's going to flip down this way. Trust me, there is a purpose. There is definitely a purpose to everything I do. Not 100% sure that one paper pack's enough, but we'll, yeah. We'll give it a go. So we're going to put tape. So we have glue for slip and tape for grip. The glue does, when it dries, gives us super, super duper grip. So we're going to butt this fold against the 1/2 inch section. So that fold up to this bottom fold here next to the 1/2 inch on the other one. So we're realistically just sticking this to the other page. So we're sticking that there. and there. So in the bent like that, you can see. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put tape, well actually, we're going to put tape on the 1/2 inch section, not the 1 inch one, the 1/2 inch one, because it's too hard to put tape on it after we do the one. So we're going to put the tape, I know I said I was going to do it the other way. I'm going to put the tape on the 1/2 inch one, but we're only doing that because it's a bugger to do after we do the next bit. So put that on, burnish it. Now we're just going to deal with the 1 inch piece as if the other ones don't exist. So we're going to put tape on this 1 inch one. I'm using a combination tonight of 6mm, 24mm, which I just used, and 36. Now I used to, pre-videos, do all my scrapbooking with 36mm tape like this. That's what I use for everything. Yep, and I didn't really use glue much at all. Just telling you. Not a big glue fan. So this 1 inch piece is going to get stuck to our last piece. So this is our last one. So let's just move that aside with our taped up 1 inch piece for the moment. So we're going to put tape on our 2 inch piece up to, and on the roll, right. And it is exactly the same as the other one. So the 2 inch piece has got tape on it and then it protrudes outwards. And then this folds over to the other side. So we have a plain front and a plain back at this point in time. Right? So then our 1 inch bit we've just taped sticks at the bottom of this here. So it's going to stick on the bottom there and it's going to join all this together. Does that make sense? I hope so. Then we'll make our pocket. Rightio. So we've got our 1 inch piece. I'm going to add our glue. Side, holding that there. Flip it over. Right. Yep. Sorry. And that folds there. Yep, that's perfect. So let's get some chippy strips onto this. Oh, that might be a bit short. I'm going to get Naomi John to put a pack of chippy strips in the kit. It probably won't be enough to do the entire book, like 3D embellishments and that, but it will at least get you a really good start with some of the structural stuff where you're going to need it, which is these pockets. There will be some structurally bits where chippy strips are going to be a bit of a blessing. So next weekend, we're going to count stuff because having a sale this weekend, remember, it's 30% off and there's Thousands of items in our 30% off sale. Thousands and thousands and thousands. So I've got a mark there. Pretty sure I did that. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. So this is our book so far. Front page, pocket, page there, and then this one flips down, and then pocket. So you're going, where's the waterfall? Rightio. Let's. Are we going to build that outside or inside? I think we're building things on the outside. I think building on the outside is a great place to be at because, yeah, let's build it. Okay. Put that over there. Let's get rid of that. Let's keep this 6mm stuff. No, we need this one. Okay, let's get our trimmer. Yeah. Okay. So we need 12 pieces that are 4 inches by 6 inches. So I don't know why I did that. Rightio. All the same? Yep. So, 4 by 6. We need 12.
You okay, Mum?
Yeah. Just checking the video. Making sure it's still going okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Kathy. I'm very late. Been traveling down the coast. I like seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Thank you, Karen. Hello. Late tonight. Hello, Marion. I have to watch over here on YouTube as my Facebook kept freezing. Oh, that's what I was worried about. I have concerns with Facebook. Okay, so we've got 12 of those and they're 4x6 and we're going to score them at 3/4 of an inch. But then we're also going to do a tiny spot of like, so we're scoring in along the long edge, right? 3/4 of an inch. We're going to do just a tiny bit of the embellishments so that it's easier. Like we're going to do part of that now. We're going to put a little tiny bit of color in our book so that it is a lot easier when we come back to this later. So these are actually going to take, so they're going to take a 3 3/4 inch by, so the mat will be 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. And the photo to go on it, that's if you mat your photo, is going to be 3.5 inches, always across first, by 4 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to fold. I'm just going to go through and fold them under. Oh my gosh, it's just time consuming. It's okay. We're at an hour and a quarter, nearly an hour and a quarter. So we will pull at 2 hours and hopefully we've got enough made to call it an album foundation. I think we'll put in one set of waterfalls and then we'll stick it in and then we'll do the other one. Okay, so I've got a piece of paper 6 and I'm going to cut it to 12 inches, right? And then I'm going to come across to 11.5, 11, 10.5, 10, 9.5, 9, and then I'm going to pop it over here. So we know that's our piece. You could use the other side, but I like that other light blue. Okay, so then I'm going to put tape on all of these. These are not structural. I stretched that piece. I'm going to try and clean this desk. Right. I actually once cleaned a lino in a married quarter with a toothbrush on my hands and knees. Because I wanted to make sure it was perfect. Okay. So we're going to line all of these with this blue. I'm just going to go the whole way across. I'm not going to have it short on the ends. So I'm going to be like that. So I'm going to do a couple. Now, because I overhung the first one, I'm not actually going to get enough out of that for a third one. But that's okay. We'll use it on something else. I want to at least do 6. Let's just get 6 done. Three. 4. 5. Nope. 6. Okay, so what we're going to do is get our book as well. So there's 6 of those ready. And remember that 3/4 inch piece here that we had, this bit? Let's put one on it. Sorry if my head is in the way. Cut that there. So I flip it to the back to cut it because you get a nice straight line. Okay. There we go. It's nice to have a little tiny bit of colour in it. So these waterfalls are going to go where our pockets are, next to our pockets here. So see, there. They're going to go there. Trust me. Okay. Oh, is that going to fit in there? Nope. Let's put 2 rows of this. So I'm going just short of the fold. So just short of the fold so that the tape doesn't go over the fold and get seen, but it's close enough that it works structurally to hold it. So when you do a waterfall, you have to be, it's kind of like an accordion. You have to be a little bit mindful of that they can twist. Not as bad as an accordion, but you can get a twist in a waterfall if you're not careful. And all it takes is, you know, the slightest, you know, like a fraction of a millimeter here and a fraction of a millimeter there, and you're, you know, you're out of kilter. Let's burnish these. I'm going to put them on sideways. So this is the pocket we made. Is this the start? Yes, this is the front one. So we're going to use tape and glue again. We do have something to hold these in place. Have to trust me. Gonna sort of put this centered along here, and I'm putting the fold up to the top edge. Let's move that way. One. And having, oh, don't worry about it. We wouldn't be anywhere else. Thank you, Karen. Right, so I'm going to line this up there. And then see, I'm using the pocket as a guide to straight, to know that I've got, like, I'm not twisting. I've got it on the right track. See, we're still going. So a tool book gives you the ability to do like these kind of portrait waterfalls, and you get a decent number of pages. Like, you can make a decent quantity, because we're going to put 6 here, are we? Or maybe 5. I think we're putting 5. 5. Should put 5. There we go. Okay, so then there. Going to end up with little piles of stuff everywhere. So let's get a piece of cardstock. And we're going to cut 2 pieces of cardstock. Got 2 that are 4x6. The scrap there. We're gonna 4x6, 4x12, sorry. Yeah. 2 pieces that are 4x12. Score them in half. Fold them in half. And it holds our waterfall in place. I'm going to sit the other one over here ready for when we put the other waterfall there. So in here we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 2 spares. 5. Look at that. And what I'm going to do is with these, I'm going to put that scrap 4x12 piece with these over there to make a couple more for the back page. I think we put some more on the back. Rightio. So this is our book at this point in time, right? We're going to stick it in, I think. So in here we're going to put more waterfalls, and we're going to put more waterfalls in here just identical to this. So this is 10 photos. This waterfall here, this is 10 photos, right? Or 9 photos in a journaling block, right? And then this is 4 photos. Yeah, 4 photos. And then this is 10 photos on a waterfall with 4 photos to hold it in. And then over here, so far we've got enough for 4-part waterfall. We're going to stick it together the same. But when we do that, we won't have something to hold it. No, it's okay. It's okay. It'll work. And that'll be 8 photos. So I don't think we're going to be able to keep tabs on photos. So where's our book? Where did I put it? The dark's at the top. So this goes in here, right? Rightio. So this spine sticks, right? But it will let go. Okay? We are aware that it could let go, right? And that's okay, because we're going to anchor these pieces. So if it does, because people love to go, oh, and how did you make that? So just be aware that someone's going to go, oh, possibly stick their finger in there and try and work it out, okay? I have learnt this lesson the hard way, that it doesn't always survive the nosy test. So when we put our tape on these last two pieces, I'm only going to put one row of 6mm along the edge here, closest to the center. I'm not going to go right over there because we don't want it to attach the whole way across. We want just the very edge over there not to be as attached, because we want to have a little bit of give, and we want it to be so that when someone does try and pull it apart, they don't pull the whole lot out. It's just not that easy for them. Okay, so that's up. Got to check these things a few times. Where's the front? This is the front because we've done our waterfall. Right, so that means that's up. Yep, that's up. That's up. Just gonna do. That's up. Yep. So I'm going to peel my tape off. We're going to do something really interesting once we go to stick this on. We're going to leave it alone. Yep. We're going to stick it on, and then we're actually going to give it a little push down and a little bit of help to stay in place, but we're actually going to leave it alone. We're going to leave it alone to let the glue dry. I'm not very good at it, the leaving alone, but it's a really important part of the process. So we're going to put a line of glue down this tape that doesn't go the whole way across. Line down that one, whole way down, big squizzly glue mark, and a line down here. And that was too thick at the end. Right, which way's up? That way's up. So this page is the center, right? So let's get our centering ruler. And we're going to put it on here. Yep, that's the center. And then that's the center. I'm actually going to stand up. Oops. I knocked my head on the so this is the center. And this is why we've got glue, because it gives us the ability to look at it, and I think that's straight, and that's the center. Just sort of something I could have done, but okay. So see, I'm going to burnish there, and I'm going to burnish there. But notice how I'm not pushing into the groove there. And then we're just going to have a look here. I'm going to carefully burnish there. Lay that one down. I'm going to burnish here. Okay. So I'll move that out of the way. And I'm going to cut something else. I'm going to leave it alone. It's funny you said earlier you're not a fan of glue. Neither am I. Only just an absolute necessity. But even American scrapbook I've watched use only glue. Tape is nowhere to be seen. Very interesting. Oh no, I do love tape. Tape definitely has a very important place in my creative process. Yeah, no, yeah. Glue can, yeah, it's just, I mean, glue's not what it used to be. It used to be, I still wouldn't use this on photos. But glue's not what it used to be. Glue used to be really, yeah, quite work. This is amazing stuff. But yeah, we've come a long way in like 25 years. But I still think there's an important place for tape. Way more important place for tape than there is for glue. Okay, so we're going to need for our next lot of waterfalls, these are going to be 4 3/4 inches by 4 inches. So let's do the 4 3/4 first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've cut these at 4 3/4 by 4. Now, with our stock take sale on the website, you can use the hold code so that you don't get charged postage if you use our hold till 150 system. So you can use that one, but you won't be able to like use a you know, like if you've scored a, you know, a random one of ours that's like 10% off your whole order, or that's not going to work. So if the discount doesn't show up when you get to your checkout, or your checkout, not your checkout, just check that in the discount code box you don't have a discount code in there, because if you do, it'll stop the sale from working. And all you have to do is take a screenshot of the discount code to use later, exit out of the box, go back, not with a back button, but up the top, the little arrow thing, go back to your checkout, the one before the checkout, like your shopping cart one, go back to it, and the discount should be there. So we need, I think I need 8 of these. 4 by 4 3/4, I think. So these are scraps. Let's put them over there. I do like to try and use everything. For sure. Yep. Tape just has such a place. You know, tape is quicker. I used to go to like teach the teacher training stuff, and it would be like, oh no, you should use glue, it's quicker. And I'm like, oh my gosh, tape is way quicker than glue. Like tape is like stick, rip, peel, done, and it's finished. Like it's stuck. I'm not waiting for glue to dry. I'm not getting glue on my fingers. I'm not getting glue spears all over my project. Tape, tape, tape. Bit of a tape fan. So I've got it 4 3/4 across and 4 inches down, and I'm going to come in 3/4 so that when it's folded, we've got like a 4 inch by 4 inch space to put our photo or journaling or embellishments or whatever we're going to put on these little waterfalls. And I've got 8 of these. So these are 4 3/4 by 4. I'm actually pretty sure I need more than 8. These are going in 2 spots. Not 1. That's okay. I usually give myself a cardstock budget of 10 sheets of cardstock to make a mini book. I start with 10. Like, it's not a budget really, it's a quota. Like I start with 10 and see how I go. I've got 1 left. This is bigger. This is a bit bigger book. And waterfalls consume cardstock. I'm going to say that. Waterfalls do consume cardstock. If you're going to put waterfalls in a project, you really need to make sure you have enough cardstock ready. Oops, sorry. Okay. Thank you, Di. Before Express It came onto the scene, we used to use the yellow box of Franchville tape. It was a 12mm tape. I used to sell hundreds of them a month. And then a particular company bought Franchville out and said we couldn't have them anymore. But it just so happened I'd been trialing some tape from another company, but I used to have to buy big cartons from them. And it happened to be Express It. But then we just, started using Express It in the store exclusively, the 6mm stuff, and haven't looked back. I think one of my lights has got a buzz in my studio. What's that? Oh, okay. It's not one of my lights. It's the motor and the air conditioner in the lounge room. The heater's on. Right. I need more. I'm not going to cut more down. I'm going to come over here and see how we're going with our gluing. Our heavyweight gluing. Yes, I do have 2 rolls of this on the go at once. Oh no, it's huge. Right, how are we going? Look at that. Look at that. See? Gotta leave it alone, Elisa. Yeah, I do. So, we're not going to pull this taut. We're actually going to use plenty of glue. So I've got a nice amount of slip on this 2-inch piece. I do like that this gives me a metered amount of glue. Yep. Just going to be very gentle with this here. But then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this up. And pull that back. I'm going to get my little, these are my little scory bits here. They're going to go down in the groove there. And then, yep, that works. Yep. And then sometimes what I do is, see, I'm allowed to do this. No one else is allowed. And then do it. See, it gives it a bit of a, so you can have it that it's creased up like that, or how we had it before and it goes in. That's off the bouquet the kids gave me for Mother's Day. So if you want to have it that it's got that upwards roll hinge, you can just use a kebab stick for that, or you can just have it down, and I do like it down like that. Look at that. Beautiful. Oopsie. So next one. We don't want any glue down in this bit down in here. Just gentle. Yeah. I'm not going to get a bone folder in there and do that. I'm just using my finger. And I'm going to use this on here, on this 2-inch piece. Now I'm happy. Let's get our 2 bits of green. Remember these? Just cut these a hot minute ago. Is there a difference in these? I'm going to put the darker portion at the bottom. We actually found a little crab, Mystery Island, that was that green. It was like, it was fluoro. It was really bright. I think he was trying to tell the birds, go away. I don't taste yummy. I'm not sure it was telling the truth, but... So I'm going to do the same distance, top, bottom, and side. And I'm going to line up with my center cover we put in as well. Like I'm going to try and make it that it looks like it's meant to be exactly where it is. Look at that. See? And now this is sandwiched. That 2-inch piece, which is a safety net, is sandwiched in there. So they can't pull all of this out, no matter how hard they try, without pulling the book apart. Rightio. It was dark down the bottom of it. Okay. Why is that over there? Okay. So I'm going to put some tape on these waterfalls and then show you where they go. So tomorrow night we're going to do this over 3, I think. I'll be absolutely buggered by the end of the weekend. And I'm aiming to have new products out on Monday. Oh, aren't I a glutton for punishment? Tomorrow night, what we will do is we will cover pages, start embellishing, and doing all those things. Okay, so back here, so this is our front, and then we have our waterfall we've already made with our, so once this has got photos on it, and there's photos and mats on these, and obviously we cut the middle out of the photo mats, this will sit really snug. So this is the one where we had the 1/4-inch easing. And this is where we're going to put these little guys. So these little guys are going to go in here, right? Oh, did I burnish those? No, I don't think I did. Definitely getting tired. Might have already done this. I'm going to do it again. I think I have burnished these. Might have. I don't know. Do you remember? I don't know if she's paying attention. So it's going to have a row at the top and a row at the bottom. And I'm thinking they're going to be flush with the top and the bottom, and then we'll be able to put one of our blue strips through the middle, or a different color. If we do it flush, we do it just in. Actually, we'll do it just in a little bit. So instead of 3/4 inch through the middle, we'll end up with 1/4. So we're going to come in an 1/8 of an inch on the top and bottom, and we're going to come in like an 1/8 of an inch from the fold on the edge here. So let's do like a top and bottom start one, and then we'll finish the top, and then we can, yeah, do the other later. So we're coming up an 1/8, coming in an 1/8, using the edge as a nice guide. So then what I'm going to do at Super Saturday is I am going to see how the glue gives us that bit of slippage to get it into place. I am going to make the other waterfall of these. So I'm just going to stick it exactly the same in there. The second one of that waterfall we already made. And let's keep going here. Where are we at? We're at the 2-hour mark. We'll work out what I'm going to do so that we fit this into 3. I'm going to order my photos. That's what I'm going to do.
Waterfalls are going to look so cool.
They are. It's called the Waterfall album. And I'm actually just going to stick my photos in fairly randomly. So I'm going to finish the bottom here with another 3. So we'll have 8 there, right? And then see this side here, we're actually going to make a belly band for here because this comes out like this. This one actually comes out. This, I like it. And in here, what we're going to do is we're going to have, let me just put it together and show you. Thinking we're going to do 3 in here at the top and 3 at the bottom. So we've got 8, we've got 4 top and 4 bottom here, and then we've got 3 top, 3 bottom there. We're not going to put any here. And I don't think we're going to put any here. But then when that's all filled, this is going to need something. And I've got something for in here. I'm going to do too. But what I'll do at Super Saturday is I'll stick the other 3 in here. I'll put the 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom here. And then I'll put the 5 of these in here. And then I'm not going to put the ones on the back page because I want to show you something with those. I want to try and do something a bit different. Got something in my head I need to get out as an idea, and we're going to use it there, I think. And I've made a mess. Look at my mess. It's just, I just need to clean up momentarily. I'm sorry. You know me. Oh, look, I now found another strip. Got one more thing, actually. One more. Okay. So I'm going to cut, this is paper 2. I'm going to cut it at 8 3/4. And then I'm going to cut this at 5 inches. And then I'm going to cut at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cut it at 5, and then I'm going to do 4 3/4, 4 1/2, 4 1/4, and 4. And I'll put that up there, just in case I decide on other boxes. And these little babies, these 1/4 inch strips, they're going to go on these. And I should have put them on before I put the book together. Yep. You're going to put yours on before you put your book together. So you don't have to do this. Right. Undo one. By the way, I don't do 3 miles a day. Yeah, I just can't do it. I'm sticking with my end to end. Look. There we go. Nice. Look at that. So this actually sets the scene that all these little scrappy pieces get used. See, like from our covers, we've got these little weird spotty bits. Well, I could cut that out, couldn't I? Okay. Let's not. I do keep my triangles. They could be handy in the book. Okay. So there we go. Okay, let's put these up here. Just putting a 3 and a 3, so I know there are a 3 and a 3. And that's a 5. They'll get covered, hopefully. Okay, so this is our book. Let's go through our book for the moment. This is our book. We're going to put something on the front, and then we open up. Then we open this up, and then we take out our little thing of photos. Then we have a waterfall. Oh, look at those lovely photos. And look at that beautiful journaling. How lovely. Yep. And then when we open this up, there'll be something here. And then we'll have, oh, look at these lovely photos. Millions of photos. Look at waterfalls. And then this will be waterfalls. And this will be waterfalls. Open this up. Oh, and it comes out like that. That's pretty cool. And then we take this little one out. Then we've got waterfalls. And then in here, I'm going to do a waterfall-y thing that might not work, but it might. Wow, this album is looking amazing. Thank you, Diana. Thank you for your hint and tips that you give us and explain why that's important. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Well, I really don't see a point in making product or designing product or creating projects and not sharing a secret ingredient. Like, yeah. Yeah, I love teaching. I love sharing. I love creating. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? That looks like interesting. Like when you see the end like that, you go, oh, that looks interesting. And it's going to have them on the other side as well. Like they're going to come this way. Like these waterfalls go that way and then they're going to go that way. And it's very bish scaly. And I like it. And then the bits of green, the hints of green are going to look awesome. Can't wait. Love it, says Mary. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Well, I can't see Jacqueline's emojis, but thank you, Jacqueline. I'm sure they're amazing, and I know exactly which emojis and gifts that Jacqueline uses, so thank you. Can't wait to see Jacqueline again in Mackay in a couple of weeks. Very exciting. I think it's like a month away. 4 weeks? I think it's 4 weeks away. Got a lot to do in the next 4 weeks, but always a lot to do around here.
So we're back tomorrow night?
Back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to finish our book. I think we're going to use more than a paper pack. I think by the time you fill a book like this, we're going to use a fair bit of paper. But that's okay, because that's the whole point, is to make it beautiful. Make it lovely and fill it with photos. I got to order those tomorrow. It's looking amazing. Thank you, Naomi John. Thank you, Scrapbook Fantasies. Thank you, Karen. Hey, Tina. Night, everybody. Take care. Yes, it is late. 2 hours. I know it's a big haul, but I'm going to do those couple of things tomorrow at Super Saturday, and then tomorrow night we will get our first stage of our decorating on. Oh, I've got one more thing to show you, or 2 things to show you. Yay, cross fingers, all is well here. Yes, it will be. It will be perfect. Thank you, Jenny. Oh, don't forget the sale. Stock take sale. 30% off. What's that? Naomi John doesn't want to count things. You know, she's leaving partway through stock take to go away to training, but that's okay. Night, Antonia. Night, Kathy. Night, Jacqueline. Night, everybody. So take care. Stay safe. Love you all, and see you all soon. Bye.